Welcome to the November 17th, 2025 Troy City Council meeting. We ask that you silence your cell phones for the duration of the meeting. And tonight, invocation and pledge will be led by Mrs. Westfall. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, we come to you with humble hearts. Help us to make choices that are wise and that follow your heart. Guide all the people that are first responders, keep them safe and protect them, and allow us to appreciate every day that you give us. In your holy name, Jesus, amen.
Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Knight, could you please call the roll when you're ready?
Mr. Sievert.
Present.
Mrs. Westfall.
Here.
Mrs. Marshall.
Here.
Mr. Whidden.
Here.
Mrs. Snee.
Here.
Mr. Twist.
Here.
Mr. Pierce. Mr. Phillips. Mr. Schilling.
Move to excuse Mr. Pierce was the first one, I think.
Second.
Motion to excuse Mr. Pierce by Mr. Sievert, second by Mr. Twist. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mrs. Westfall.
Yes.
Mrs. Marshall.
Yes.
Mr. Whidden.
Yes.
Mrs. Snee.
Yes.
Mr. Twist.
Yes.
Mr. Sievert.
Yes.
Mr. Pierce is excused.
Move to excuse Mr. Phillips.
Second.
Motion to excuse Mr. Phillips by Mr. Twist, second by Mrs. Westfall. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mrs. Marshall.
Yes.
Mr. Whidden.
Yes.
Mrs. Snee.
Yes.
Mr. Twist.
Yes.
Mr. Sievert.
Yes.
Mrs. Westfall.
Yes.
Mr. Phillips is excused.
Move to excuse Mr. Schilling.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whidden, second by Mrs. Snee to excuse Mr. Schilling. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mr. Whidden.
Yes.
Mrs. Snee.
Yes.
Mr. Twist.
Yes.
Mr. Sievert.
Yes.
Mrs. Westfall.
Yes.
Mrs. Marshall.
Yes.
Mr. Schilling is excused.
All right. Could you please read, excuse me, please read the summary of the November 3rd council meetings minutes, please.
Minutes of council, November 3, 2025. Committee reports. Finance Committee reported regarding the purchase of property at 19 South Cherry Street by the CIC, but did not make a recommendation at this point. Following various comments, council adjourned at 7:26 p.m.
Move to accept.
Motion to approve the minutes is by Mr. Whidden, seconded by Mr. Twist. Mrs. Knight, please call the roll.
Mrs. Snee.
Yes.
Mr. Twist.
Yes.
Mr. Sievert.
Yes.
Mrs. Westfall.
Yes.
Mrs. Marshall.
Yes.
Mr. Whidden.
Yes.
Minutes are approved.
Thank you. We'll move on to committee reports. We have a couple from Finance. Mr. Sievert.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. The first report I have today is concerning the cell tower lease extension at 202 East Staunton Road. The committee met November 10 to discuss an amendment to the 2004 initial lease agreement for the cell tower that is on city property at 202 East Staunton Road, Troy, Ohio, with the amendment to include an increase in lease payments. It is a recommendation of the committee that legislation be prepared authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety to execute the First Amendment to option and land lease agreement with Cellco Partnership, DBA Verizon Wireless, in accordance with the general terms and payment amounts outlined in the detailed report. Respectfully submitted, Mr. Schilling, Mrs. Westfall, and myself as chairman.
Any questions or comments? Please continue.
Thank you. The second item is regarding fuel purchase for 2026 through 2028, bidding water meters and water meter parts for 2026. This committee met November 10 regarding bidding for water meters and water meter parts for 2026 and purchasing fuel for the open market for years 2026 through 2028. It is the recommendation of the committee that legislation be prepared authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety to, 1, purchase fuel items for calendar years 2026 through 2028 on the open market as needed. 2, advertise for bids and enter into a contract for the supply of water meters and appurtenances at a cost not to exceed $1 million for 2026, and advertise for bids and enter into a contract for the supply of miscellaneous water parts at a cost not to exceed $226,110 for 2026. Respectfully submitted, Mr. Schilling, Mrs. Westfall, and myself as chairman.
Questions, comments? Thank you very much. Moving on to personnel, Mrs. Snee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Committee members Pierce and Snee met November 10th, 2025, related to a memorandum of understanding, MOU, with the police bargaining units related to holiday pay utilization. Under the MOU, bargaining unit members would have more flexibility in using holiday pay hours when applying to take time off. This is acceptable to the city. It is the recommendation of this committee that legislation be prepared to be effective January 1st, 2026, authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety to execute a memorandum of understanding with the FOP OLC Troy Police Officers Association, FOP OLC Troy Sergeant Association, and FOP OLC Troy Captains Association regarding utilization of holiday hours, to assure that the MOU can be executed to be effective January 1st, 2026. This committee supports emergency legislation. This is respectfully submitted by Mr. Phillips, Mr. Pierce, and myself as chair.
Questions? We have another one, I believe.
Yes. Committee members Pierce and Snee met November 10th regarding the hourly wage for various seasonal and part-time positions. It is the recommendation of this committee that legislation be prepared to be effective January 1st, 2026, to amend the hourly rate paid to seasonal and part-time positions, including swimming pool manager, that will reflect the impact of the January 1st, 2026 adjustment in the Ohio minimum wage rate to $11 per hour and adjusting the rate paid to the position of intern. And this is respectfully submitted, Mr. Phillips, Mr. Pierce, and myself as chair.
Any questions on that? Thank you very much. We've come to citizens' comments on any committee reports or agenda items we have on the agenda tonight. If you wish to speak, come on down to the podium. Name and address for the record, and we will have Mr. Kerber keep time if necessary. Seeing that everybody's racing down, we will move on. Since we have 3 council members unable to attend tonight, there's not a sufficient number of members present to approve any motion to suspend the rules of the 3 readings of a resolution or ordinance. Therefore, every resolution and ordinance we read tonight will carry over to our next meeting for a second reading. With that, Mrs. Knight, will you please read Resolution R-62, 2025?
Resolution number R-62, 2025. Resolution authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Troy, Ohio to enter into agreements for the purchase of gasoline and diesel fuel after bidding on the open market and awarding contracts on a lowest and best bid basis for calendar years 2026, 2027, 2028. First reading.
That will carry over. Could you please summarize R-63, 2025?
Resolution number R-63, 2025. Resolution authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Troy, Ohio to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for water meters and appurtenances for calendar year 2026 and to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for miscellaneous water meter parts for calendar year 2026. The meters be at a cost not to exceed $1 million and the miscellaneous parts at a cost not to exceed $226,100. First reading.
Nobody has questions on that, correct? So moving on to R-64, 2025, please.
Resolution number R-64, 2025. Resolution authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Troy, Ohio, to execute a memorandum of understanding, MOU, with the FOP OLC Troy Police Officers Association, the FOP OLC Ohio Police Sergeants Association, and the FOP OLC Troy Police Captains Association and declaring an emergency. This is the first reading.
We will move on to ordinances. Please read ordinance O29, 2025.
Ordinance number 029, 2025. Ordinance repealing ordinance number 055, 2024, establishing salaries of certain employees of the city of Troy, Ohio, and establishing a new wage scale for certain employees of the city of Troy, Ohio. This is only regarding temporary, seasonal, and part-time employees, and it is to correspond to the upcoming Ohio minimum wage law. First reading.
Thank you. And final ordinance O30, 2025.
Ordinance number 030, 2025, an ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Troy, Ohio, to execute the First Amendment to option and land lease agreement with Cellco Partnership, DBA Verizon Wireless, extending the lease period for the cell tower located on the City of Troy, Ohio property, located at 202 East Staunton Road. This was reported on this evening. First reading.
Okay, we will move along to any announcements and,
No, sir.
all righty, comments. Mayor?
Just to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving next week. I can't believe we're looking at Thanksgiving already, but here we go. And hope that you'll all come out for the grand illumination the day after Thanksgiving. I also want to welcome Henry Morris to our session tonight. Henry is a representative from Congressman Mike Carey's office, and he checks in with us pretty frequently here in the city, so glad to have him here tonight.
Welcome. Director of Public Service and Safety, Mr. Titterton.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let's see. First, let's start with Thanksgiving. City Hall is closed on Thursday the 27th and Friday the 28th. There will be no change in the schedule for trash and recycling pickup. Mayor mentioned the tree lighting that will start, I believe, at 5:30. The tree lighting is scheduled to be at 7 o'clock. There was some recent comments, since we are getting a little colder outside, about the Hurlinger project that is ongoing. The next phase of that project involves design and engineering work that is underway to do a variety of additional enhancements, including repaving the parking lot. There have been some questions about access from what I guess is kind of a parking lot now. It is older and obviously in need of replacement. But from the parking lot to the playground equipment, I did talk to the park superintendent over the weekend, and he confirmed that they are going to be putting a sidewalk in to connect the parking lot to the playground equipment. They will be. They've called OOPS. They are marking the sidewalk, and they hope to have that paved yet this season before it gets really bad. So just a little update on that, because I know, given that the playground equipment is ADA accessible, it kind of helps be able to get to the playground equipment. I do also want to remind folks that on December 3rd, we are having the consultants come in and do a workshop, a presentation of their findings regarding the Park and Recreation Master Plan. That will begin at 6 p.m. December 3rd at the Bravo Room at Hobart Arena. All are invited. It will be a public meeting, and our intent is to videotape that as well. If not, I can't promise a live streaming. Not sure what the capability is out at the Bravo Room, but we will certainly have a record of it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Auditor, Mr. Figge.
Yeah, I apologize, I missed our last meeting, but there was a hot topic discussed about the dye mill facility. Is it still open?
Excellent question, Mr. Otter. That will close on November 29th at the close of business day on Saturday. However, as always, if it's off-season, you can always put it into your yard waste bag or bundle it appropriately, and they will take it on your trash day
Okay, thank you.
year-round.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. Director of Law, Mr. Kerber.
Mr. President, I have no comments this evening.
All righty. First of all, thank you from last meeting inquiring about the patching and paving of Staunton, or Route 55 and Stony Ridge. It was actually done the day we were asking or the day after. That's great. I know we've been pulling wires and stuff for the light poles. Do we have a end date for them getting them up on West Main?
They're nearly complete, I believe, with getting the wiring and the conduit. And the next step would be to get the poles up. Weather permitting, I see that happening in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. And then finally, congratulations to Hickman, Sievert, Snee, Westfall, Whidden, Phillips, Schilling, and Marshall for their election results. Also, thank you to Mr. Begg, who put himself out there and stood up and said he wanted to be part of this. And I think did pretty well for first time showing. That's basically all I have. Mr. Twist.
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Whidden.
Just a quick cleaning thing. On the resolution R6425, the memorandum with the police, if we go ahead and pass that next meeting, that will not affect that January 1st date?
No,
since we're doing emergency?
we should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't listening closely enough. I just remind everyone that the budget meeting is next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday.
It's 5:15
Correct.
here at City Hall.
Mhm.
And then, thank you all for coming out.
Downstairs.
It'll be in the basement. We just don't have the space here, or I don't anyway, with all my stuff. However, we are going to see about possibly being able to videotape that unless the finance chair has any objection to that.
Anybody comes, we will find room for you.
Yeah, there will be.
Mrs. Marshall.
I just wanted to put out there that Overfield Tavern was recognized in the Smithsonian Magazine, so that was pretty cool.
Mrs. Westphal.
I just wanted to say to all the veterans, thank you for your service, and for any of them that participated in our local events this past Tuesday. We appreciate your service and value you.
Mrs. Snee.
Just to pass along thanks to Sheriff Duchek and to Commissioner Westfall for organizing a tour of the renovated courthouse and the jail this past weekend. Always informative to see that, but I appreciate the people who were able to attend from throughout the county.
Mr. Sievert.
Thank you. Thank you. First, obviously, we would have no problem televising or streaming the budget meeting. The process also, to some people who have asked, will be sort of the work session. There will be a committee report that will then be submitted prior to the December 1st meeting, I think is when it is. And when we do the committee report, there will be a summary of the committee report, and at that time we'll open the floor for questions for anybody who would have any questions about the budget. So that's the mechanism to allow public input as well. You're welcome to come to the meeting. You're also welcome to review the committee report and then come here and express any questions or concerns you may have or anything that you want to add to that. Second, I don't know these individuals, and somebody who could probably enlighten us, but I did see recently that Kendra Denise and a gentleman named Ryan, I was flipping through my phone, cooked a bunch of meals and had them available on last Friday night. They said they served over 76 people just voluntarily in response to, at that time, what was still up in the air with the SNAP benefits and everything else. And from everything that I saw, they just did it gratuitously out of public service. So if anybody knows those individuals, I wasn't here this weekend, but kudos to them for stepping up, and that's what makes Troy a wonderful community. Finally, speaking of Troy, I did notice today that Jay Leno will be coming here February 5th. So for all of us that not complain, but that we have similar types of concerts day in and day out at Hobart Arena, it was nice to see that it was being used for a different purpose, although hopefully there'll be a good crowd. And so February 5th, Jay Leno will be in Troy at Hobart Arena. That's all I have.
Thank you. Staff, any comments, questions? Public, come on up to the podium, name and address for the record.
Hello, Madison Hickman, 402 Lincoln Avenue. As the soon-to-be representative of the Third Ward, I've had many neighbors reach out in the last week asking why so many trees are getting planted at Race and McCaig Park. They're very concerned because that green space is used by the kids in our neighborhood. As a lot of you know, the historic neighborhood does not have a lot of yard space. Most of the houses don't. So I think that people are very disappointed that we have so many trees being planted in that park currently, and they would like to know why. So thank you.
The only trees that I'm aware were recently planted are the ones that would enhance, replace some, but enhance the Japanese cherries, and I forget the other species that's out there, but they are, I don't know, in tribute to, or they're just part of the overall sister city relationship, and so we added some trees out there. That's in the same general area as the other trees. I'm not aware of any trees going anywhere else. I don't believe that there are any plans to add additional trees beyond what's been planted.
Rough number of how many trees were planted?
I'm sorry?
You have a rough ballpark guess how many trees were planted?
I think something around that.
Yeah, I want to say 50.
Because we basically
That's a lot.
we basically have they have the walking path and the shelter is all they have in McCaig Park, correct?
So they've got quite a bit of area.
I mean, open, but
beyond, yeah, open.
but I mean,
space, right.
we don't have playground equipment. We don't have a basketball court. We don't have any of that stuff.
Mayor Beamish had designated that
I know.
as a Japanese cherry tree location, and in honor of, there is an effort to plant more cherry trees, and part of those cherry trees are part of that Operation 2026 or 2025, planting cherry trees, and that was one of the locations that was designated.
Mr. Mercer.
Hi, Ted Mercer, 443 Drury Lane. I'm talking about Councilwoman-elect Hickman's comments. I, too, was kind of curious what was going on in that park. That's just a block from my home. There are actual marking flags throughout that whole center area that was open before. And if they're planting the 50 trees in the center area, she's correct. It's going to take, the way it looks from the road as you drive by, it looks like it will take up all the open space. So all I can do is ask that you maybe look into that and see if that is in fact is what's going to happen, because I was involved with that park years ago, and I know they wanted to make that a passive type park, and but they would like to have some areas if the kids want to kick the ball a place. So all I ask is take a look at it. Thank you.
Can I make a comment?
Mrs. Westfall.
I know on the park board previously, they had talked about somebody had come in and was trying to raise money to put some playground equipment there several years ago. So I know just because was regarded as passive doesn't mean it has to stay that way. And I do believe there's a lot of kids in that area, so that definitely needs to be looked at. Thank you.
next.
Steve Hendrickson at 975 Dickerson. I'm delighted to hear that you're going to be able to record the budget meeting. I would hope that you would be able to broadcast it also. And also, since it's a budget meeting, you ought to put enough money in there so you got enough equipment to record and broadcast every budget meeting from now till the snow melts. So it's good. The citizens deserve to know what's going on with the budget. It's the biggest item. You know, we've all sat through meetings here that are hard to stay awake in, and we record them and we make them available to everything. But the biggest, most important meeting of the year is like, it's almost like trying to find the Epstein files, for God's sake. So anyway, let's get out in the open with it. Thank you.
Anyone else? Nobody's coming up. Next meeting will be December 1st, 7 o'clock here. The Finance Committee meeting is on Wednesday, which is the budget. And once again, as Todd said, on December 1st, at our meeting, when that committee report is read, questions will also be entertained then. Nothing else. We are adjourned. Thanks for attending.